guys, I'm back again with another video. Okay, today I'm gonna be speaking about spirituality and frequencies and get into your highest level of frequency or your highest level of self. Now, I was very reluctant to even get into the point where I would post about my journey on my spiritual journey. I don't know, I just had those doubting thoughts in my mind, that every person does, and things like that of what if they don't like it, or what if nobody watch it. But then I came to the realization that this is more so for me, and if it helps somebody along the way, then great. But I have been on my spiritual journey overall for about 3.5, 4 years. But at this point of balancing chakras and everything of that sort has only been for the last month. So I decided to just go step by step and, vlog and let y'all know my process to get into my highest level of frequency. Okay, now usually my day-to-day is I'll wake up at noon and I'll sit at my altar, which is why I'm at the floor. My altar is right here, but you can't see it. And it's something that's sacred, so I won't show it on camera. But I did make a video a few back about a basic setup to an altar, which I'll put down in the link below. Okay, so I'll come in and I'll come to my altar. I usually start my day with green tea, hot green tea and chamomile, and a little agave and lime, and I also put a bay leaf in there. Usually what I start my day with. And I will come here, and right now I'm doing a 30-day yoga, which I'll also leave the link below. And today was my day 2, so I'm not that far ahead. But after I do that, then it's this meditation form of decoding your brain from the programming of just living an everyday life, or living in our 3D dimensional world, where it's only thing that we really compartmentalize is the things that we can see, the factual things. But in the way of the world, it's so much more than that. Now, I know that that's a little confusing, but during the process of me showing you my growth and my journey, it'll be easier to understand. Okay, so now I follow this YouTuber called OMG Yo Ash, and I just love her. I don't know, she's just very down to earth, and I gravitate towards her. It's I can, what's the word I'm looking for? Her experiences, I feel they just speak to me, because it's either I was there, or I'm there now, or it's a place that I'm trying to get to. So her whole thing was about decoding and just going around on her journey and things of that such. So I decided that, you know what, I'll tell people about my journey and how I got to the point of the highest frequency that I'm trying to reach. And if you resonate with that, then you are right where you need to be. Spirit has a divine way of leading you to your highest purpose. Okay, so first I'm gonna talk on decoding. I was working on my throat chakra today, and one of the stones is a chrysocolla, so you can notice my chrysocolla crystal sitting right here, and my little notebook about things that I've just been working on or working towards. So first thing, is decoding your life, or decoding your thought process. And each day is like a different step to that, but we're just going to work on the first part of it right now, which is just a 6-step thing, which in turns turned into 6 different days, because each day you work on a different topic. Now I'm just going to touch on the first 6. Nothing I see means anything. And that resonated to me as to love and always be humble for everything. Like comments and rumors and things of that stuff, things you see on the internet, negativity, nothing I see means anything. So if it means nothing, then it shouldn't affect you. It shouldn't affect your mental, your emotional, your spiritual, your being at all. It shouldn't affect you at all, because nothing I see means anything. You get that? Okay, it's gonna get a little deep. Okay, the next step is I have given everything I see all its meaning to me. And now that reverts back to nothing I see means anything. So if I'm upset about a comment or anything, or it's affecting my emotional stability, then my thought process has given that comment all the meaning that it means to me. If it makes me upset, I am the one that gave it that ability to make it let me get upset, if that makes sense. I hope it does, but anyways. So how that resonates is whatever I hold near and dear to me, I've given that all the power. So that means if I've given it that power, then I can also take that power away. So if I'm insane about this person, whether it be a female or male, and maybe they're not stable enough, and they're rubbing me the wrong way, they have my emotions up and down, and nothing is ever stable and like free flowing, nice flowing. So I've given that person the ability to mess with my emotions like that. I have given everything I see all its meaning. Exactly. So the third step, I do not understand anything I see. Now I know it's getting a little deep and a little weird with the statements, but as I explain them to you, I'm sure they'll resonate to you in your own way. So I do not understand anything I see. Taking me away from my ego, away from this world, and humbling me. That is how I resonate with it, or that's how I internalize it. Okay, if it's taken away from my ego and this world, taking me away from my ego and taking me away from this world, and it's humbling me. So it's telling me to let go sometimes, because I know us being adults, or even just individuals, like we feel like we know everything. So no one can come and tell you what's right or wrong, because you feel like you already have it understood. That's just telling you to let go of your ego, and it's okay to learn things. It's okay to teach an old dog new tricks. You get that? So just letting go of your ego, just letting go of your pride, and just being able to be taught. Because every day you should learn something new. Every day. Like, it's not a day that goes by that you shouldn't learn something new. So never feel like you know it all. And that's also something we as adults tend to struggle with, because we feel like we got it all figured out, or that we're in charge of our lives. So no one else can tell us what within our lives that we're doing right or wrong, right? Right. But always remember to always be taught, to always be able to be taught something. You don't always have to be the teacher. Sometimes you can be the student. See? So I do not understand anything I see. So let go of your ego and be able to be taught. Okay, the fourth point that I'm going to touch on is these thoughts do not mean anything, which refers back to like the things I see. Nothing I see means anything. So these thoughts that I have don't mean anything. So the good thoughts that you think about yourself are no better than the bad ones. Just like they say, manifestation is real, and you manifest your own destiny or your own reality. Just how you manifest the bad things that happen in your life, like, oh my God, these bills are overtaking me, and you constantly think about that, so the bills constantly keep overtaking you, or I'm going to get evicted out of my house, and things like that. Like, you manifest that. The things that you concentrate on the most, or the things that take up a lot of time within your day or a lot of time within your thought process, is the things that you manifest within your life. So just like you manifest those bad things to happen within your life, you can also gain the calmness, I guess to say, to manifest the good within your life. So the good thoughts that you think about yourself are no different than the bad thoughts you think about yourself. So good thoughts or good affirmations are no different than the bad thoughts of affirmations. Just like you manifest great things within your life, you also manifest bad. Your thoughts limit you to your now, your reality that you live in now. So things to do, or ways, steps to take to like alleviate that issue, is to meditate. And I know everybody hates like to start off the meditation, or to feel like you're not getting the benefits of meditation. But everybody has to start somewhere. And I know a lot of people, like, they have issues with the fact that their mind always races. Your mind, to a point, is just like a child that when you tell to sit down and then you turn back around 2 seconds later and they back running around type stuff. Like they just can't sit still, or they're always thinking, they're always racing. That's how your mind is. So meditation is a form to calm those thoughts, or to reprogram your thought process to manifest great things within your life. When you meditate, it always brings you back to your center, always brings you back to what's your purpose, or why you're doing this, or why do you feel the need to do it, Always brings you back to your center, always brings you back to understand what's going on. I'm sorry if you see all my little smoke going around. It's my incense that I'm burning, Gotta make the auras and the aromas, Okay, always brings you back to your center, like I said. These thoughts do not mean anything. They are like the things that I see. That's always your centerpiece that you need to come back to every time. These thoughts don't mean anything. They're like the things that I see. Okay, the next step is, I am never upset for the reasons I think. I am never upset for the reasons I think. Now, how does that resonate to you? Okay, well, what I get from it is, you put it in perspective into saying, I am not upset at XYZ for this reason. For the reason that I think, which is XYZ. It could be, I'm not upset with XYZ because they didn't wash the dishes. Or it can be even, I'm not afraid for XYZ. I'm not afraid of XYZ for the reasons that I think. Now that kind of resonated with me, the afraid, because I suffer from a phobia. I'm claustrophobic, which means afraid to be in small spaces. Now, I've dealt with this throughout my whole life, streaming from me being a child, and I don't know exactly where it streamed from, but I know anxiety is a remnant of an imbalanced chakra, but that's something we'll get into later. So mine would be, I am not afraid of small spaces for the reason that I believe, or for the reasons that I think. The next point, which kind of piggybacks off of this point, is I am upset because I am seeing something that is not there. Getting kind of deep, right? Okay. So we do practices or things to decode our brains. So you do it like, I am upset with XYZ because I am seeing something that is not there. I am upset with XYZ because I am seeing something that is not there. So I'm upset with XYZ because they didn't wash the dishes. But in reality, I'm upset because this is my sanctuary and I feel like you don't appreciate it as much as I appreciate it. But it comes out as, I'm upset with you because there's dishes in the sink. See, you get that? Right. Or I am afraid of XYZ because I am seeing something that is not there. I'm afraid to be stuck on an elevator because I think that a mechanism is going to give out and lock me in here forever. I am afraid of XYZ because of something that I cannot see. Because of something I am afraid of XYZ because I am seeing something that is not there. With all of this, it's just like, unsee what you've been programmed. So you have a phobia of spiders or something. And you have this phobia maybe from childhood because one of your cousins or family members like threw one on you or something. So you're programmed to fear spiders because the times that you experienced them were in terrifying settings. So now you've programmed your mind to think that this is something that can harm me, or this is something that can cause harm towards me, or things of that such. Unsee what you've been programmed and get back to the real vision, which is a higher self or a higher learning, a higher frequency. Unsee what you have been programmed to see and get back to sight into the vision. Okay, now I want to speak a little on frequencies because I know that you've been hearing me like say this. Frequencies is within everything. It's within you. It's within lights. It's within sound. It's within the environment, nature. It's within everything. Everything that we do, everything that we see, everything that we touch has a frequency. So a low frequency would be below 200, and that shows itself in forms of sadness, despair, guilt, greed, pride, shame, regret. Those are your low frequencies. When you are emitting this frequency to the world, everything, it just feels like a state of depression, you know? Life is all about living at your highest frequency. So always being above the 200. Anything above the 200 is living in your truth or happiness or your overall goal. Highest frequency, happiness, a betterment of life. That's the frequency that we're trying to get to. So when you're dealing with regret, shame, guilt, greed, pride, or any of the above, then you're bringing your frequency way, way, way low. When you live in your truth, you're positive, loving, happiness, then you're living at a higher frequency. So we have to reprogram our brain to always live on this frequency, which at times could get hard because, you know, the day-to-day life always throws jabs at you here and there. But within decoding your brain or reprogramming your brain, you're only supposed to see the good within everything. Even in the bad, always acknowledge only the good. And that's another form of helping manifest greatness into your life. Because when you acknowledge the bad within the bad, then you kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? You just live in that. You live in that, for a lack of better terminology. You live in that aura of low frequency. So you emit that, and as you emit that, you probably receive that. So things that mask or helps you deal with the low frequency are things like drugs or drinking and things of that such, things that keep you in that 3D dimension of low frequency. So when you do that, you're just masking it. It's still there, but even though when you drink or you do drugs, smoke, or anything that you do, it makes you feel a higher frequency. Like it tells your dopamine that you're happy, like, oh, I want more of this, I want more of this. This is my happy space. But it's short-lived. So it could never get you to the point that you really are asking to be in. Anything that control your mood, your emotions, or your thoughts. Whether that be a job, your home, your car, anything that can control your emotions, a significant other, anything. When you give that power can also be taken back, reverting back to 1 second. Reverting back to, I have given everything I see all its meaning to me. Anything that can cause you depression or anxiety, is basically a hindrance to you. So with that, you would have to do different grounding things that get you back to your highest frequency. Anything to get you through your lower frequencies, like working on your different chakras, your root chakra, solar plexus, all of that, which gets you back to your purpose, your life purpose, which is another conversation. But I just want to end that with meditate, 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 meditate. Your brain is not a permanent being, which means it can always reform itself, revamp itself, give itself different meanings or more meanings, more purpose, which is what we're trying to do, live at our highest state, get to our highest frequency. So even though meditation could be hard sometimes, I guess for a lack of a better word, always try to come back to your center. Always come back to your center. So guided meditations is one thing that helps. And if you're like me, guided meditation probably like, it kind of interferes with my meditation. So I found that just listening to different frequencies, each root chakra has its own frequency, like tone, I guess you would say. So for each chakra, you listen to a different frequency, or you listen to a different meditation frequency for that chakra, and you work on that, and you ace that, and you give yourself guided meditation by saying positive affirmations like, I am one, I am positive, I am loved, I deserve to speak my truth, positive affirmations. Reprogramming yourself with positive affirmations. Always. Peace and love.